Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and today I'll share with you how you're able to self-diagnose your Samsung Galaxy device if you want to see if there's any issues, making sure that you have official software, making sure that you don't have any dead pixels, or that your sensors and all your speakers, receivers, vibration, and everything is working as they should. Now, the two screens that you see here are completely different, but both of them are Samsung diagnostic tests. This one over here is actually the built-in test that you're able to access through the phone dialing pad. The only thing is that on some carriers and some countries and some of the newer phones, this one is kind of locked out. My guess is because they want everybody to use this one over here that is completely universal with any Samsung phone. Now, this one does actually test more, so there's 23 tests that you can do. This one over here, I think, is just 16. Now, this one is kind of fun to play with over here. How you can unlock it is when you go to your phone dialing pad, go to *#0*#, and that's it. If you do the *#0*# and it takes you to the screen, then you're able to do these tests. If you're not able to get into the screen, it just means that you're locked out on that device. So you can test your reds. You can also test your greens and blues just to see if there was any dead pixel somewhere. You'd be able to see just a little black dot if it was completely dead. You can test out the receivers, so it would make sound. You can test out vibration. You can test out your camera. You also have sensors. This one was actually pretty fun. So you can take a look at, how high you are. So if you're in an airplane, you can take a look at your altitude. If you've never been on top of a mountain or you're going up a mountain that you've never been before, you can actually take a look at your altitude there. You have your gyroscope. So if you're moving your phone, the pitch and everything. So if you're changing it, moving it up and down, you can make sure that it's also working. You can also test your fingerprint test as well. So it says that it's ready and running. Basically, it'll do the test just to make sure that it works, and it does. So you do pretty much have all of that sitting right over here, and this one is technically a little bit better, and there's a little bit more that you're able to do. So this one I wanted to show off just because if you are able to do the *#0*#, this is a test you can do. Again, hopefully to keep you from going to a store where you can test your speakers. So this is testing both of them, the top and the bottom. If you tap it again, it's only testing the bottom. And then if you touch it one more time, it's only, testing the top. So if you feel that maybe one of your speakers is out or has issues, this is where you are able to test it. This Hall IC, I believe this just has something to do with water prevention or the IP68, letting it know if there was any water damage. MLC, I think this is multi-layer core. So I think this has something to do with either reading, SSDs or the internal storage or plugging in a flash drive or something. So I don't know 100%. I believe that's what actually both of those are. And then you also have S Pen. So you can actually test the S Pen Hover and the S Pen Draw. And so now that I kind of talked a little bit of what you're able to do on this older version, I should state, now let's actually move over into the real version over here, or I shouldn't really say real version, but this is the newer version that is pretty much universal. That'll work with every single Samsung Galaxy device. Now, in order for you to get to the screen here, if you have the Samsung Members application already, once you go inside of your settings, you go inside of Device Care. Then inside of Device Care, you'll go right over here into Diagnostics. So when you take a look at Diagnostics, this is where the test is. This is where you can do your phone diagnostic. You can do app battery usage diagnostics as well, and app safety diagnostics. And then if you have connected devices, so right now I do have my Galaxy Watch Ultra that's connected. I can actually do a diagnostic of the watch as well. This one actually has 19 tests. I can make sure it has official software, the power restart status, if it has eSIM or that it's at least working, your battery status, and you have all of these that you can go through and test. Now, if I also had my Galaxy Buds 3 Pros, more than likely that will also be sitting right here as well. I believe the Galaxy Buds 3 Pros will have slightly less tests than the watch itself, but as you have anything connected, you are able to test it. And then this is where you have your phone diagnostics. You have 23 tests you can do. You can do all of them independently and by themselves, or you can actually do all of them at the exact same time. And so in order for you to test all of them, you can actually hit the bottom on the very bottom that says test all. So we've already tested this one over here. This is where you can do test all, and it'll actually just go through the full entire line of all of them. Now, if you don't see this phone diagnostics tab, so if you're looking through and you don't see this, that is because you don't have the Samsung members application. So all you would have to do is when you go inside of your Samsung folder, or if you don't have the Samsung folder, you should create one. And then this is where you go inside of the Galaxy Store. Now inside the Galaxy Store, all you'll have to do is head over into the search, and this is where you want to type in Samsung members, and you want to get this one right here installed. Now, once this is installed, you're able to go through the diagnostic screen just through the settings as I just got done showing you. Now, let's say you want to go to this test from Samsung members application. So once you open up the Samsung members application, what you'll be able to do is you can go right over here to support. And then with support, you can actually do phone diagnostics. And you can see right here that we have already done one, and that's because what you just saw on that past screen, this will lead you directly to it. And here you can also test your Galaxy Watch Ultra as well. So here we go. If we go inside of the phone diagnostics, it takes us right into this screen here. So it doesn't matter if you go through Samsung members or through the settings of your phone. So again, to go right back inside, you go inside of your settings, you go down, you head inside of your device care, scroll down, this is where we go to diagnostics, phone diagnostics, and then this is where you're able to test everything. So you have like your fingerprint recognition. What'll happen is you'll tap this, you want to place your finger on the fingerprint reader, wherever that may be, and it'll state if it's normal or not. So now that this one's normal, it should state that we have 2 of them. That is complete, and we still have 22 or 21 left. Now, this one's also fun. You can do the S Pen touching. So through here, if you feel like maybe you have a problem with your screen or the S Pen is not working, you can just go right through here. You can tap on all of them individually just to make sure that, it is optimized. It's, touching the square that is supposed to be touched. Now, as you go through, once you fill up all of the little squares right here, then it'll basically get you right out of the test. Now, this is very, very similar to the last test that I could have done on the Galaxy S24 Ultra when it comes down over into the, the old version through the phone dialing pad. So now that you have everything all highlighted, it states that it is normal. If you want to, you can go through and test it again. But basically, you also have USB connection, wired headphones, face recognition, cable charging. You can also do wireless charging. So if you feel like maybe it's not working, you can just place this on a wireless charger just to make sure that if you are placing it in the correct spot, it'll let you know if it is charging. You can test your mics, your location accuracy, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, camera, vibration, speaker, the buttons. So maybe you want to test out the buttons. Then all you got to do is press the volume up. It's going to ask you to press the volume down and also the side key. And everything is working normal. So again, this is just one of those things that will hopefully keep you from having to go to a physical store, using up gas money to get there to do some of these tests. You can also do your touch screen. So you can do that with your finger, mobile network. You can test, take a look to see if you do have the official software, which I do have. You also have the power restart status, SIM, NFC, and battery status. So really, I don't think I have to go through all of these individually and go through all of them, just because I feel like all of these will probably have, self-explanatory names and exactly what you need to do. But, if you take a look at speaker, so you have the in-call speaker. So this diagnostic tests the in-call and media speaker. So first, test the in-call speaker. Tap to play the sound or hold it up, close to your ear. So this is supposed to be a in-call speaker. This is what is supposed to happen if you are talking to somebody on the phone. So I did actually hear it. Now I can actually play it where it's on speaker. So that is how you're able to test the difference between the media speaker as well as if you're on the phone. Both of them are normal, and so you are good to go. So that is pretty much all that I wanted to share with this video here, is how you're able to do a self-diagnostic test on any of your Samsung Galaxy devices. I also went into that screen that you saw earlier, which is the *#, 0 *#. I did that on my tablet, and it was the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. So I was still able to do it on that one. And even though I don't have a SIM in that, it still has the phone dialing application here. So I was able to do the *#, 0 *#, and I did that full test there as well. And I also have this one here that is from the Samsung members application. Now remember, once you have the Samsung members application, you don't have to go through the app if you don't want to. This is all actually set up and put into your settings inside of device care, diagnostics, and it's sitting right here. This is pretty much the exact same screen that you would see in the Samsung Members application. And Samsung Members application is a important app because if you ever want to join any of the beta programs, or if you want to learn about the new Samsung news or anything Samsung, really, Samsung Members has everything. So hopefully this video has helped you guys out. Maybe this will save you a trip to a store to get some of these things tested if you are questioning if something is working properly or not. If you go through all of these tests and then you still have issues, then that's when you want to probably head over into a store or use the Samsung Members application to contact Samsung to maybe have them take a look at your device. So other than that, hopefully you guys appreciated the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Subscribe on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.